If you've been struggling with acne and you wonder why your hormones feel off or your menstrual cycles are irregular, or if you also struggle with infertility, this video will help you connect the dots. It's not a super well-known fact, but acne and fertility problems are often connected, and not just in women who have PCOS or polycystic ovary syndrome. Aside from the hormone imbalances that can drive both acne and infertility, there are even deeper physical and even emotional connections between the two conditions that you've probably never even heard of. And that's what I'm going to share in this video, so stay tuned. And I'm also going to share with you something very personal, something that I've been waiting a long time to tell you all. For those who are new here, I'm Dr. Shannon Curtis. I'm a naturopathic doctor and the founder of the Naturally Radiant Skin program, where I help women clear their acne naturally by addressing the root causes. So the personal news is my husband and I are expecting our rainbow baby boy due this May. It wasn't easy getting here. There was a point in my infertility journey where I wondered if I would ever get to become a mother. Sometime in 2024, after trying for years, after getting all these labs and imaging tests done, which were all normal, and living the most holistic, non-toxic life that I live, and after trying to do everything right, I just kind of gave up, and I even wrote in my journal, I was like, things to leave up to God, having children. That was the moment in my life when I realized I can't really control this. I have to just surrender to the timing of it, or if it's even meant to be at all. Then last year in June 2025, I had this incredibly vivid dream where Jesus Christ himself came and healed me. And I know that can sound crazy because I'll be honest, I'm not an active churchgoer myself. I wasn't looking or searching for answers in Jesus. I wasn't looking for his healing. I was looking for answers in lab results and cycle tracking and symptom spotting. And my mind is still blown from that dream. Sometime I'm going to have to share with you all of the details, but it was incredibly powerful. And maybe Jesus was just a symbol of my own higher power in that dream. I don't know, but all I know is that he did heal something in me, because a week after that dream, I got my first ever positive pregnancy test. But unfortunately, I miscarried that pregnancy at 9 weeks, and that experience completely broke me. I was devastated and so lost and heartbroken, and I honestly didn't think or know how I could come back from that. But just a couple months later, I conceived again, and this sweet little boy stayed with us. The experiences I've had along my fertility journey, all the things I've learned along the way, and everything that it brought up for me, that's why I wanted to make this video, because the women that I help with acne are often going through similar journeys, even if they don't realize it. When I had acne, I felt like my body was broken, like it was betraying me. And in order to clear my skin, I had to learn how to love my body and start listening to it and giving it what it needed in order for it to clear. The same thing with infertility. Every month when I got my period, over and over again, I felt like my body was broken and I was devastated. I felt like I was doing everything right, and despite doing all these right things, nothing was working. As I went through my infertility journey, I realized that my fertility journey and my acne journey were both very similar, and that my fertility journey was bringing up these old patterns, these old wounds that I really thought I had fully dealt with acne, but now they were coming up again, asking to be healed in an even deeper, more thorough way. I'll dive more into that later on in this video, but first, I want to share with you the physical side first, the science behind why women with acne are statistically more likely to struggle with infertility. And that's because acne and infertility often share the same underlying imbalances or root causes. Let me break down 4 of the most common patterns, starting with number 1, hormone imbalances that present in a PCOS-like pattern. PCOS, or polycystic ovary syndrome, is a common condition in women that often presents with acne, elevated testosterone levels, and a lack of ovulation leading to irregular periods. Now, you don't need a formal PCOS diagnosis to have PCOS-like symptoms or to address the underlying causes of these hormone imbalances naturally. But to get a PCOS diagnosis, you typically need to meet 2 of 3 criteria. And those 3 criteria are irregular periods, elevated androgens like testosterone on lab work, or polycystic ovaries on ultrasound. The second most common pattern linking acne and infertility is chronically low progesterone. Low progesterone is a really common hormone imbalance that I see in nearly everyone with acne, and also those who are experiencing fertility issues. Progesterone is a hormone produced by your ovaries after you ovulate. So if you're not ovulating or you're not ovulating regularly, then you're not producing enough progesterone, and you need optimal progesterone levels to have healthy skin and to have healthy hormones to support a pregnancy. In women who are ovulating, I typically find that they have low progesterone levels if they have a shortened luteal phase. And what that means is your luteal phase is the time between when you ovulate and when you get your next period. And typically that length should normally be about 12 to 14 days. But if it's shortened, if it's less than 12 days, so anywhere from 8 to 10 days or even less, then that points to chronically low progesterone levels. Other signs that you might have low progesterone include PMS or spotting before your periods or recurrent miscarriages. Number 3 is blood sugar dysregulation and insulin resistance. If your blood sugar levels are constantly spiking and crashing, this causes your skin to get inflamed and your hormones to get confused. When you get blood sugar dysregulation, that impacts your ovarian health, which can disrupt ovulation, disrupt menstrual cycle regularity, and it can cause those cyclical hormonal breakouts and even infertility. And the last one, number 4, a dysregulated nervous system and chronic stress. This is one of the biggest hidden links. When your nervous system constantly lives in fight or flight mode, your body literally shuts down reproduction. Your body is too stressed to focus on making a baby. And even if pregnancy isn't what you want, you still want your fertility to be optimal. You still want your reproductive hormones to be turned on, because those hormones like estrogen and progesterone are so essential for healthy skin, and they play a role in acne. Being in survival mode with a stressed nervous system is a major contributing factor to both acne and infertility. And this can be such a hard pill to swallow because it often feels like there's nothing we can do about it. When you're someone who's struggling with infertility, you probably hear it all the time, right? Go on vacation, you'll get pregnant. Just have a glass of wine, relax, it'll happen. But, it's not that easy. Clearing your acne or getting pregnant are not about de-stressing. It's about allowing your body to feel safe enough to heal. So those were the main physical ways in which acne and fertility are connected, but that's really only half of the story. Let's dive into the deeper emotional journey behind both of these, the part that no one talks about, probably because no one wants to talk about how hard both of these journeys can be. Acne and infertility are not just challenging health experiences. They can be deeply emotional, spiritual, incredibly transformational life journeys once we finally understand what they're meant to teach us. You might feel like your body is broken, like it's betraying you. That's how I felt all the time. Maybe you're asking yourself, why won't my body just cooperate? Why do I have acne when everyone else around me has clear skin? Why can't I get pregnant when all these people around me can get pregnant so easily? But your body isn't broken. It's just giving you these symptoms because there are deeper underlying issues that your body is trying to help you heal from. It doesn't mean it's not frustrating. It doesn't mean it's not challenging. It's just that your body needs this right now to heal, and the symptoms that it's giving you are just the messengers. The breakouts and the period problems and the fertility struggles are all just your body's way of communicating that something's going on internally that needs to be addressed. I know your symptoms can feel like your body is punishing you, but really, your body is doing all of this out of love for you, knowing that when you do finally listen and tune in and give your body what it needs, you'll be even more healthy and more vital on the other side. Acne and infertility are simply messengers saying that there are things internally that need your care and compassion. It's not about fixing your body and taking away the symptoms. It's about feeling safe in your body again so that your symptoms aren't needed anymore. And you can do everything right and still struggle. You can eat the perfect diet, have the healthiest habits, all your labs look totally normal, and yet you still have acne or you're still struggling with infertility. You may even go so far as to try even harder and harder, perfecting those routines, tracking every part of your lifestyle, not letting yourself stray from your healthy diet, but your body has its own timeline. And when you try to be perfect all the time and really tighten your grip on all the healthy things that you're doing, your nervous system feels that as I'm not safe. And when your body doesn't feel safe, your body really has a hard time healing. My acne didn't clear and my pregnancy didn't happen when I finally perfected my healthy lifestyle. Those things happened when I finally allowed myself to start softening, to start nourishing my nervous system, to start giving my body some compassion and recognizing that things do heal on their own timeline. And once I let go of those rigid expectations of what needed to happen and how it needed to happen and who I needed to be in that process, that's when those things happened. This was ultimately the biggest lesson in my journey, and also the hardest one for me to accept and to learn and embody. And it won't happen overnight, but every single step you take to make your nervous system feel safe, to feel supported, is one step closer to healing. So if you're watching this because you're struggling with acne or your menstrual cycle or you want to conceive, I want you to know that you're not broken, you're not behind, and you're certainly not alone. I've been there, as well as the hundreds of women that I've worked with over the years. Your body is immensely capable of incredible healing when you support it, not just physically, but emotionally as well. And if you're here because you want clear skin or you want to get pregnant, know that the work that we do inside the Naturally Radiant Skin program helps support your whole body, not just your skin. Many of the women I work with come to me with period problems, infertility, or they just want to optimize their hormones so they have the best chance of conceiving naturally in the future. And so it's always super fun for me to get updates from my clients after they've completed the program saying that their skin is clear and they're also pregnant. If you'd like more videos on the mind-body connection and acne, or you'd like to see more videos on hormones and fertility from me, let me know in the comments. I love hearing from you, and I just think this information is so needed in the realm of women's health. And if you're ready to start clearing your acne naturally, or you want to optimize your hormone health, join us inside the Naturally Radiant Skin program, or you can take the first steps inside my Breakout Relief Roadmap mini course. I'll link both of those below. Thank you for being here with me, and thank you so much for celebrating this new little soul with us. I'll see you next time.